Rogue coming in first place. Why am I wearing an energy car?
G2 lost this series. I just don't even know. But you know, Rogue clutched it up.
Like
To be
my
fair to them,
13th
they've
fling
done
right now.
extremely
Come
well,
on.
clutching 2
What am I
times
doing?
in a row here. But this was just such an unnecessary loss of a lead.
Rogue.
G2, we're winning 1-0.
First
There was
place.
really no pressure coming in from Rogue. They had, pretty dead ball in offense. And JNaps has just charged in. He's left Rizzo completely alone in defense. He's left Rizzo alone on the goal line with 12 boost. And then when the ball comes across, everybody's going to say, what on earth is Rizzo doing? He's just missed the ball that he couldn't get there. He only had 12 boosts. It's just so unnecessary for G2 to lunge in like this with, a couple of players in the back corner. A shame to see them go down like this, but credit to Rogue.
Nice.
They did not play well today, but they managed to beat G2 anyway. That's pretty ridiculous. The amount of times that they hit the crossbar, the amount of times the first killer was making such uncharacteristically plays in defense, and they still get the win. Really bizarre series, but Rogue advanced.
Imagine I lag out.
In the upper bracket for them. G2 having another one of those days, Shogun.
When we come back after
I don't know how I'm still in gold with these
when it
kids.
comes to major
Because they're not even good. You got that teammate. See, my teammates are pretty good.
It's a low bracket matchup. Loser is out, and you probably kiss their chances to the major.
Alright, welcome to the
You do
stream.
not want to miss that one. There's huge ramifications.
Okay, just hit me then.
Verizon knows how to build unlimited right. Start with America's most awarded network.
I'm on my phone 24/7.
And for the first time ever, give families more entertainment with Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus now all included.
We're a big soccer family. Handmaid's Tale. I love Frozen.
Then give families plans to mix and match, so you only pay for what you need.
It's so
I won the kickoff.
With plans starting at just $35. The network more people rely on gives you more. This is unlimited built right, only on Verizon.
Oh, what I do that? Oh my god. Oh my god. The ball went right over him. My bad, Daniel.
It's not just a game. It's opened my eyes to it's where I find myself and get lost.
Peacock has The Office, a show about a mid-level regional paper company.
Nice shot.
Also, Flockerton, grilled beef,
No.
undies, and the dundies, chili disasters, and happily ever afters. Are you ready for that?
Yeah, that's
Also, prison.
nice.
You can't go to life. That's why you can't not watch The Office. Every episode, extras, and exclusives. Streaming now at peacocktv.com.
Okay then.
The Old Spice Dynasty helps get you off your couch
I missed. I'm so bad.
and into the driver's seat.
I won't forget you guys.
Nice.
Go to work.
That's cool.
Hey Jake, sent you a light. Like a good neighbor. Steve Arms there.
Hope I'm
New chicken dance? New chicken sandwich. My juicy, thickest filet yet. My cluck sandwich combos. Only at Jack in the Box. Wow. Let's break this down and take another look. With this new Toyota, you're getting the style, the performance, and this amazing deal on top of all that. Win-win, as they say.
Why am I lagging? It says I'm lagging. 4017. 4016. Okay. Easy. Rogue is the best.
Hello and welcome back to the RLCS X Games North American Regional. Couple games down in that upper side, and we'll look to the lowers in a few seconds. I believe alongside me, Gibbs and Turtle is still here to chat about that last match there. Reverse sweep. Turtle, did you see this one? I felt like we had it over Gibbs. I felt like we had it.
It was insane. The first two games, I'm so confident. Rizzo's doing exactly what I wanted him to do. He's hitting every single shot. He's being in the perfect position, always on the other side of the field to receive that shot. And then we had a little delay, and then all of a sudden, Rogue come back, fired up. First, I don't know what was in his food to get that stealing pass, to get, you know, the OT buzzer beater goal. Then you come into overtime, and he's still clutching it out. Game 5, I thought Chicago, it was a free goal. They got an own goal to start it out. But then they ended up losing. Toronto misses an open net. Toronto, what is happening? Like, literally, what is going on? Does anybody know what happened?
So I called the series perfectly.
How much will you buy for it?
That's what I said. I did not expect to see this, though. I think both teams were just throwing it different
I'm not going to
times.
buy a lot.
One,
it's not finished.
Like, I didn't
The only
think it was
thing I
that
want
bad of a
finished.
game, and then we hear Johnny Boy just praising G2 for 4 games in a row. But, you know, there were some things that G2 decided to do. And Rogue,
I don't want
they cleaned
wheels.
up their mistakes. They cleaned them up. And they somehow pulled this off. Like, I didn't see it coming after games 1 and 2. But G2, they threw pretty hard games 4 and 5. So, I don't know what to think of either of these teams, but Rogue, they're moving on.
Well, to talk about that victory, join us now from Rogue's Corrupted G. Welcome to the show, Corrupted G.
Hey, Leaf, how are you?
Hey, good. It's been a while, man. You know, obviously we got to attribute all of that win to you. What did you say halfway through that series to make sure that they turned it around?
Well, so we noticed that they had a clear game plan against us specifically. So once we noticed that, we just adapted to their strategy and tried to counter it. And it ended up working out pretty well for us.
Can I ask what it was that you saw they were doing against you?
Hey, that's fine. If you don't want to,
you don't have to.
Secrets. They know that we're an aggressive team, so they're waiting further back on their half for our hits, and they're just cutting us off on defense, and we should make sure we countered that.
Yeah. Hey, here's the thing.
Tried something new.
It doesn't matter if you tell them what was working because you showed you can adapt, so other teams can't employ this, so it's not going to work. So you're good.
Exactly.
So as a coach, when you see your players hit the crossbar, I don't know, 20 times in that series, what do you say to them? Just shoot better? I'm not sure what you can say there.
I mean, can't really say anything. They just have to hope that they step it up, and they did. So no worries for me.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Well, and speaking of what you're telling these boys, I have a weird question because we had an earlier own goal for First Killer. And then Taroko comes out in Game 5 with an own goal as well. Was the second own goal for Taroko, like, not as bad? Like, you weren't as upset because it already happened earlier in the series? Like, what were the comms like?
I didn't mind that he own goal because he made a really 6-8 earlier in the game, so it was bound to happen. Kind of got lucky with that save a little bit, but we just gotta bounce back. Make sure you keep the comms positive.
Yeah.
Now, just looking forward, obviously, you guys are going to be facing off against Team Envy in the upper bracket there. You know, do you feel like they also will have an answer for you guys, or do you think you're in the
No way,
how
bro.
to take this series?
What is
We're a very adaptable team, so like we always try to stay confident series to series, but obviously Envy are probably the best team in North America, so we just have to come out swinging, come up with a strategy that could beat them, and just hope for the best.
Punch hard. Well, good luck in that match, and congrats on this win here. Corrupted G, was good chat with you.
Yeah, thanks guys.
It's Corrupted G from Rogue talking about. Hey, he looks pretty confident there, Gibbs. He looks like he's like, all right, you know, I believed in the boys.
I mean, he was sweating so much throughout that series. Probably had paper towels ready to go to wipe himself down. Because that series is not how you picture it. But to get the job done once again, Rogue now, we're talking about like North America 4 and 5. Rogue, that's 2 in a row now versus J2. So maybe you're going to start saying Rogue is top 14.
Well, let's take a look at the bracket.
No way.
They are currently sitting as one of the 4 teams in the upper side still. Turtle, the NRG and Space Station.
No way.
This is exactly how the pre-show guys
Oh, how does he say
so
that?
far to be in the Rogue over G2.
Yeah, that's.
Why do you have a
surprising,
topper
we were
and
on
comp?
the believer side of G2, we thought they were going to clutch it out. They look good. I'm still a little bit traumatized, so I keep bringing it back up. You know, I'm upset about that series, but it's okay. And then we look down. SSG had like one of the best records against Sonics, even on the previous roster as well. So the 3-0 doesn't really surprise me, but that NRG and SSG matchup, that's juicy.
That's for sure. Let's take a look down at that lower bracket, because that's where we're about to head now. This is where teams only have 1 life left. They've been waiting down here patiently to get their matches started. You see that V1 peeps going on right now, and then you know, all these other teams just looking to fight their way through.
Yeah, version 1 peeps I think is a cool matchup because there's 2 teams that did well on the grid and got the wild cards and all that, and people are saying, oh, with the peeps making top 12, then version 1 is in on the major, but they can do it by themselves as well. Version 1, they were up in that upper bracket, so that match is incredibly interesting. And then
Bro,
we gotta see what happens with XN versus G2, because G2, they threw a series, right? So now how do you bounce back?
I'm also looking at the Sonics and Jamal series because the Sonics do really well historically against the top tier teams, but they struggle a lot at up and comers like Jamal. So I think that
he really stole my goal.
Great lineup.
Wow.
That's for sure. But we're gonna jump into our next one. It's gonna be Pittsburgh Knights.
I saw his and he fell it back.
This is
He barely hit it, bro. I was so lucky.
I'll reiterate in a second, but for the Knights, this is also important because they're a team that's been trying to prove that, you know, they can really make some things happen, some waves happen here, especially after throwing Sosa on the roster.
Oh, absolutely, and I am a huge fan of Sosa. I love what he brings to this team because before it was kind of a lot of reliance on ZPS Sosa. Now he's downfield, the ZPS clears, and that connection to him when he is downfield is unreal. I love watching on the field, but meanwhile we've got Loco who still trying to make a name. I think the Knights, obviously, you got to give them the edge in this, but still, both teams have a lot to prove in this series games.
Absolutely. With the Knights, they played Energy incredibly close. A lot of people were saying that Knights probably could have won that series, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, there's a lot on the line games though, because you mentioned before. I just want some reiteration for the importance of this for Loco. Just because again, looking at the points, there's some seriousness on the line here.
So you want to hit that magic number of 300 points for a top 12 spot to make it to the major version.
Let's go.
Because of the grid, so you don't have to worry about that. But post game, the Sonics, KC Pioneers, they're all waiting. They're all watching the series because if Loco wins, they get 30 points here, and they move into a tie. And then there'll be some tiebreakers.
Shut up. No.
All these teams play out because they might pass them or whatever. But 300 points, once you hit that, you're at least playing a tiebreaker for a major. So for Loco, it's win or go home at this point. They have looked incredibly good throughout all of fall. They made the major there. They were always one of those teams no one talked about.
He's doggy. Let's go.
But now they have a chance again here to make a major. So we talk about these 2 teams, Pittsburgh Knights and then Loco. There's only 80 points between these 2 teams over the entire season. But we always talk more about Pittsburgh Knights. So I want to see Loco come into this match and really prove that they can be a top 12 team.
I like talking about the Pittsburgh Knights though.
I know, Leaf. You love Pittsburgh Knights. It's fine. But Loco is right there with them. I think they don't get enough credit here.
That's fair enough.
Getting 1v3'd by Andy really made me realize that Loco is somebody I have to pay attention to, so I'm excited to see how he shows up.
That's fair enough. Well, it's time for the Verizon fan vote, guys. If you're watching here on this broadcast on Twitch, you guys can get those hashtags in the chat, Loco or PK, to vote for the team you think is going to make it through. This is do or die, life and death now. Tournament line, her life is on the line for Loco. It means trying to get that tiebreak situation for the major here. While you guys get your votes in, I'm going to ask these boys over here who they think is going to push through, because it sounds like it could go either way. So I'm going to get mine out of the way right away, because you guys know I'm going Pittsburgh Knights. I have to go Pittsburgh Knights. I'm watching them in the grid, and honestly, I'm really loving what they do. They come out swinging right away. I don't even know if there's a chance for Gibbs?
Gotta go Loco. I want the tie breaks. That's the only reason why. Like, I don't know if they're better than Pittsburgh Knights. I just want tie breaks. I think they can.
Let's go.
We saw it last weekend not look like the old Loco, so I think that they can bounce back. But Pittsburgh Knights, they were just playing a series that they could have won. Maybe that hurts them a little bit. And so,
Okay, Gibbs looking up for the storylines, Turtle. What about you?
This is one of those where you put like a little bit of channel points on Loco because there's a possibility. Like, hey, you know, you have a little faith in Loco. Exactly. But when you specifically just look at the players, the matchups on the field, you have to go the Knights. You know, pick up Sosa. Always been a fan of this. I think the Knights are going to take it 3-1.
That's fair. I appreciate Gibbs' pick, to be honest. But it is in favor in chat. 78, one of the highest we've seen today, in favor of the Pittsburgh Knights. A lot of people thinking the Knights will push this one. Get on Twitter, @RLSports, #RLCS to let us know your full thoughts on this match. But it's time for an elimination match. One of these teams is going home. Another continues on in that lower bracket. Pittsburgh Knights and Loco facing off over in the Verizon Skybox.
6 shots.
and who will come away the victor? Well, it's going to be an interesting one. And Corelli, I gotta say, I don't know what to expect of either team here because they've showed us, they've showed us their good sides and they've also showed us their bad sides. But I'm curious to see, specifically, I know Gibbs talking up Loco a lot, but Pittsburgh Knights, there was something to this team a little earlier this season. We'll see what they can do against Loco.
Yeah, both these teams are kind of the epitome of staying in the conversation. Something that I think I brought up during the fall split. It's like, you gotta come in, regional in and regional out, and get a couple wins under your belt to stay in the conversation, to making it to majors, to making it into worlds. Both of these teams have done this. We've talked about Pittsburgh Knights a little bit more because they've had a lot bigger wins. They have 3 wins in a row over Space Station, over Alpine, over G2, all at the same time. I mean, that's a huge deal for a team like Pittsburgh Knights, and I don't think they've got enough credit for what they've done and been able to accomplish so far. Loco's had the same type of story. They haven't had as big of wins, but again, they're here, they're playing well, and they're a team that you have to look out for, and they're brought up by us when they go up against
oh, bro, I swear that rolled on my wheel.
To bring up, especially, there's been so much hype around Sosa and his role on this team, but now also CPS picks up the first save for Pittsburgh Knights. And that's one place they found themselves higher on a leaderboard. It's in the saves per game.
I almost forgot what team I was on. I was like, wait, why is my card blue?
In North America, so I expect the ball to be coming back on their end.
Oh, shit.
As to how Loco do that, well,
I thought that kid with the Fennec was on my team. I was like, wait, I thought I had an option. I know, that kid.
These teams have met up before. It was Team Loco to take now Pittsburgh Knights. It was a game 5, and Delta might have the first chance here. Puts it high.
There we go.
Yeah, it was off to a crossbar now.
Thank you.
And Loco are all over the Knights here early on.
Easy power shot.
Couldn't quite finesse that first touch, trying to get the flip reset. But Knights are forced into this clear pattern, but then ZPS was just giving them free ball. It looked like more Loco offense, but then ZPS picked his gap.
The positioning here was fine. The pass just not on target. ZPS was transitioning out of defense downfield and was gifted the ball by Delta, who was trying to, I believe, give it over to Andy, but the pass just behind him and not fast enough. ZPS does a great job to time that one on the target.
They don't have a third.
And a 1-0 lead for the Knights after feeling a lot of pressure here from Loco.
Beast of Boney, we won't get a chance for a double tap. Sosa doing a good job to get the ball out to the side. And to get back to it. Continuing pass to Rodoko. Rodoko wins the majority of the 50, and Sosa brief flip into a beauty. 2-0.
Yeah, Sosa is a special player. He was on plot twist. You can see the potential he had it. This is a great touch from Sosa, just to at least get behind the ball, get in front of the ball rather, when that defender is coming after it, and the goal is even better. Great play from Sosa to give the Knights a quick 2-0 lead here.
Rodoko already here from the corner. Gonna get a quick clear off the kickoff, so the Knights won't feel immediate pressure. While Loco were able to put together some strings of offense, still didn't really feel the real pressure on the Knights.
They both don't want
ZPS had to make the save in net. Didn't have to jump very far for it. But overall, Loco tried to work their way down the field, but it's been an issue getting those consistent touches. Their best shot comes here with Andy, and ZPS was already blocking the angle, but Andy earlier also had a flick that ended up hitting the crossbar.
And Andy, there's a lot of individual plays from Andy that we've seen from Loco. and even earlier on in the fall split as well that have been quite dangerous. Here's Delta on the second touch, can't get there, but he's a player that you have to look out for individually. He likes to bring that ball up and keep the ball close to him to have an opportunity to put on that individual display.
That individuality certainly needed on any team. We talk about the mechanical ability of, you know, some of the top players in North America. More and more of these teams at the top, I say more and more of these teams, really just the few teams at the top are pretty good at everything, right? You know, and they have the play an opponent if they can. So but other times you gotta be able to mix it up. Your field awareness has to be on point. And a solo play isn't always the best option. Sometimes it is. Right now, no option has worked for Loco. 6 shots on net, nothing to show for it.
What? Okay, you got it.
Difference. Well, the Knights only have 3 shots and 2 goals. Well, man, the first goal for Andy, and he does find it back in the net.
Well, that's not the problem. The Loco did a great job of corralling the Knights into their own half, and it's just a matter of time, it feels like. They have 7 shots. They finally beat the defense here. The Knights, they're giving a lot of space to Loco right now, especially between the top of the box and the midfield line, where Loco kind of have free reign of possession to knock the ball in to the Knights side. And a lot of these balls that the Loco is playing into on the Knights side is really not that dangerous. It's more just that the Knights can't seem to keep possession breaking up from their half.
Delta, another one, but nothing really to look at. Sosa was able to take it away, but this is another good look here for Loco. As long as they can keep midfield down and they can find passes like that to Andy, they might find themselves in a tie game. Bistabonio finds it off the crossbar, and that's exactly what we have.
This is great awareness from Bistabonio.
Let's go.
Plenty of boost, and he goes into it. 15 boosts in the tank, and he's trying to read which way that ball's
I'm good with these power shots today.
Right back towards me. It's a tough one to read. You never know if it's going to bounce in or out.
Actually, I did, yeah, that's calculated.
Right back at him, and Loco battling back with possession looking good going into the final minute here.
All of that pressure finally mounting to value on the scoreboard. Loco gonna have to do it again. Knights don't have a look here. Bistabonium knows it, kicks it back to Delta, and Loco find their 3rd in a row.
And they're really finding their stride now. 12 shots for them in this game, and you can just tell with the gameplay or the score throughout this game. The gameplay from Loco has just been better than the Knights. They have put the Knights back on their goal line. They have taken advantage of the defense being
no way.
Pittsburgh Knights. A lot of space is given to Loco right now, and now they're really finding the gaps through the Knights defense.
The Knights have a little bit of time left. They might be able to get a push going here, but that bump onto Sosa, well, I didn't think it was going to make things hard, but Sosa made it work. And easy shot defended by Delta. Delta letting Sosa come to him. Reduco forced up quickly. ZPS ready for the push on the Knights. Gets the double tap over towards the box, but nothing really for Sosa to work with. And that's a massive clear for Loco. Completely botched play by the Knights. Last chance down the pitch in regulation. Sosa underneath on the flip reset.
The dumbest angle.
Rotation was on the other side of the field. Loco win game 1.
Wow, that was a great last chance effort there for the Knights, especially with Sosa getting that flip reset. Unfortunately, I think he moves so quickly downfield that the rest of his team couldn't follow up and support. And unfortunately for them, not able to finish. And for the Knights, that's a very sleepy game 1, if you ask me. They're much better than what they showed here in this
Oh my god, nasty double tap.
Goals there for the Knights, but Loco,
nasty double tap.
They had the pressure. They backed up the Knights. And at the end of the day, they earned this win because of the way they played. They were the better team on offense, and they didn't let the Knights out. I mean, it's as simple as that. Really, when you think back to the Knights' opportunities, there were maybe 3. Sosa's being the last one, and the 2 goals that they had. I mean, that's about it from the Knights. Otherwise, they're
imagine he hit him.
Yeah, they really didn't have a lot of opportunities to break out. And Reduco, who is typically the facilitator of that for this team,
he messed up. He would have made it, but if he made him.
Used to seeing from him. So we'll see if they can get it right. They didn't start well for the Knights initially either. Like, they just allowed Loco to have so much pressure on them at the start. They were able to score 2. This is the issue with their defensive problems. Delta got a touch off that crossbar.
That's a great way to start game one for the Knights as well, because they get a good passing play through the midfield and have a scoring opportunity right off the bat. First shot goes to them.
That's all yours.
On the back up, Loco. That's a mistouch from Delta. Right side shot. Redoco.
What am I doing? I didn't freaking go
There
with
he
it.
is, Redoco. Picking up that first one. That's a nice challenge from Sosa. Delta forced to hustle. Misses
Nope.
his read.
That's a freaking goal.
Easy lane
Or not.
for Redoco, because Andy wasn't expecting a miss from his teammates, so he kept driving forward.
See? Right on the goal.
It's touch there from Delta. The Knights once again able to capitalize. That's how they scored a goal in the last game. It's just the mistakes.
You got that, teammate?
Loco.
I could just hit me.
Beast of Bologna, if you didn't have to avoid a player on the challenge, might have had a look at the net.
Nice.
Again.
Please.
Delta just going to get down, wait for CPS to play the next touch. Loco pulling off for a better look on a challenge. They are just finding the wins on these 50 more and more early.
Great pass. The Knights, they're using each other a lot more too. You're seeing the ideas there. That's a great shot though by Bisabonium as it
Let's
does
go.
get saved by Redoco. The Knights
Ah.
a bit more poised in the midfield now, able to find possession. CPS almost able to get by two if he wasn't bullied off the ball. So a bit of a better start. Obviously, the first goal helps for the Knights, but they're showing up in the midfield a lot more, making sure that Loco can't just push them around in their own half. And Bisabonium get the touch.
No way I
Can't
should.
get back
Alright.
to it.
No
Redoco
way.
watches it all happen and carries it out.
Right.
Yeah,
Perfect
certainly
timing.
a little confused, little question mark popping up all over his
This is
head.
my boost.
But Andy has a nice save into a catch. He's got Delta on the wing.
Oh no.
That's the center. Come
Delta's
on.
got you covered. Loco tied up.
And CPS, the last man back, has 23 boost here. And he just lets the ball fly. I don't think he got away from him. And I don't think CPS
Good
was
pass. I
expecting
still
him
missed.
to botch the flick. And instead tried to make the play off the back wall. Couldn't get there to come straight back out to the inside the box.
Nice double tap.
Loco there to put it away. And awkward goal to score. CPS didn't really have to dive after Andy's missed flick.
Defense has not looked the best for them, has it? And even earlier you had Beast of Bologna. I'm thinking about the goal that put them in the lead in game one, where he noticed Sosa was creeping up on the goal line, so he just smacked the ball hard against the back wall, giving the opening to Delta to score. And it's the same principle there. Loco is just finding easy gaps on the Knights' defensive line. And it hasn't taken that much effort. Corelli, only 2 shots. And the Knights have flipped around on the shot differential. They have 5, but it doesn't matter. When Loco are sinking every shot. No goals now for Loco.
And what really does this play in is this pass from Beast Above, taking off the side ball and just ever so slightly pushing it off the back wall to the back post to find Andy. That's a great play and a great pass for Beast Above to quickly get back to that ball and then push it across the back post. The majority of the time, players would just pinch that one away. Great finesse from Beast Above there.
Okay.
Delta.
That's a
Very
goal.
close to the top, but he finds the net. 3 goals.
Hey, making amends for his mistakes earlier on. That's a great
I barely
carry
missed the
from
ball.
Delta to get up and over the defense, especially off of a kickoff too. Defenses aren't quite set yet, and you can see how as Delta were just
Ha! I hit him into it.
we're picking up that full boost.
So,
You're a Pittsburgh Knights fan.
I didn't
Cannot
hit him
be
into the
happy
ball.
with how things are progressing because
Ha!
the goal almost went to the net.
That's funny.
And this team is not looking their usual selves, Crowley. We're talking about one, expecting the Knights to be a little more quicker on these breakouts throughout midfield. There's been just no offense, despite 5
Bro, we
shots
both
being on net.
missed
I can't
something.
remember a single one.
And he
Yeah,
took
a lot of
it.
those came earlier on too in the game, where it felt like we were even starting to compliment them, saying they were playing a lot better, but it has gone a little sleepy again, and they're getting backed up into their own side. Big clear here from Andy, and Delta's going to beat the first man.
I should have
Pass
faked
down, the
that.
shot from Andy, and Redoco is there to make the save.
And Loco are just in the right spot.
Okay,
They're in
I'm
the right
always gonna miss
position.
another defense. Come on.
The Knights are just a step behind. Like that little play right there was a perfect encapsulation of it. Delta cuts off CPS's attempts to break the other way. And Knights are just playing a little too passive. They're trying to play
My teammates
they're not
bumping
trying to
that
play
time.
the hit itself. At some point you gotta be more aggressive. If you aren't able to take the ball away from the other team, if you can't play the control,
got it.
all right, let's get back, let them give up possession.
Nice
If you
shot.
haven't gotten possession in a while,
That's
you're
gonna
gonna have to change
rebound.
something up, and Sosa might do it here. with a pass down to ZPS, but even there, a chance to put real pressure on a touch, and he can't get it done.
I think Sosa is the player to look for to make that change because he's had a couple opportunities individually to set himself up to move downfield to either pass or take it himself. And he's been quite successful at least finding the space, maybe not finishing yet, but right now Loco again has some good control over this game. You're thinking these passes come out the Knights, you gotta give him some
way, I didn't see that. The ball went right over him.
Certainly don't want to spend these last 2 games as they have playing defense.
They need more pressure.
Oh my
God. That sounds stupid in a vacuum, but they haven't had any. And so they've been slow to the challenges. This is the first time that they've actually won some successive challenges that have put them in position. Loco always have the boost to deal with that. Always have the player in position to deal with, one loss on a challenge. Even right here on this push, I've never felt on that entire push that Knights were ever in control of that possession. Loco were always in position. They never put themselves in a tough spot. And there was great boost management on defense as well at the very end. Loco. And I think they're winning this handily right now, 2-0.
And they definitely look strong. And for the Pittsburgh Knights, there is some silver lining here in this game. They were able to move down the field a little bit more. They had a little bit more control, and the ideas were there, especially early on that first minute and a half. I thought the Knights were like, okay, here we go. Knights are woken up. They're going to play. But then it kind of went back to this sleepy mode where it felt like the Knights were just kind of this sponge that was just absorbing the pressure from Loco and really couldn't move out from their end. There's some changes needed here from the Knights, and I think that the one thing you can say right now is you need urgency from them. They're giving Loco way too much space. We've been saying it a lot. Loco have been happy to take it up and have these individual plays or even the passing plays across the box. But if you look back to a lot of the goals the Knights scored, a lot of it has come off the opportunity of capitalizing mistakes from Loco. And Loco, when they don't make mistakes, the Knights aren't really scoring. After their first goal, the Knights didn't really have anything to put away or clean shots to put on target. So the Knights, you have to create your own opportunity. That's why I said, look at Sosa as well as players to find each other downfield and create some sort of opportunity that they generated themselves.
They're missing that disruptive player, that player that...
Opportunities here. Beastabonium wants to pop this one, keep it alive. Knights have to find a way out, and keeping possession as well is a huge thing right now. This ball does come back down. It does a great pass over Beastabonium, and Sosa, great read from him on the goal line. He was up and ready for that pop.
Really was. He tracked it the whole way through and didn't jump until he absolutely needed to. It was nice poise from Sosa. He's had that on defense for the length of the series, but again, the issues really come to fruition as soon as they get to the blue half. Just slow on the breakout. They can't stay there for very long. Unless they catch Loco out on a mistake, well, the offense won't be so forthcoming unless they show us something we haven't seen yet. Well, the miss from Sosa and the miss from ZPS will kill the run from the Knights. Now Delta, hard turnaround, almost got the double, but Rodoko on the spawn picks up the save. Not over. Beastabonium, first touch, second challenge. Delta, nobody. Oh, Andy went away. Delta went away, and nobody gets the touch.
Everyone went on Loco, and only the challenge was the touch to get to the ball here for Loco, and it was a tough shot. It was over the crossbar, a tough angle. They didn't want to bang it off the back wall and give a counterattack to the Knights. This one ominously rolls up the back wall, feeling like there are a lot of balls like that on the Pittsburgh Knights side. They try and clear this one out. Sosa does a great job to get through, and look at this for Sosa with no boost, is able to get all the way to the other side.
He did have used the rest in his tank to get there, and that's the problem. Right, you got downfield, but where was Rodoko and ZPS? They weren't ready, and so now you got to fight for any kind of midfield presence. ZPS gets the win on the challenge here, so maybe it can start to turn. He's still got to crack
Opportunity for both sides here, even going into the overtime for Loco, but Knights the minute before. Here comes EPS by himself. He didn't have enough boost to get to the den. The Knights have had plenty of opportunities. The shots are racking up, but Loco might steal the flag. He's the body with the second touch off the corner, and Loco take up down in a 3-0 sweep.
Beast of Bone leading up to this very goal. It starts with that touch off the post, and inertia is your best friend for the double tap into the net. Loco sweep the Pittsburgh Knights to move on in the tournament. One that I did not expect to end in a sweep.
Yeah, and Gibbs talked about tiebreaker scenarios. Loco's is a huge, or Loco win here is huge for them as well. So a massive game for Loco and a big series for them. This was a fantastic series, I think, from Loco in the end. The Knights really started to turn it on here in this third game, but at the end of the day, Loco had too much momentum coming into this final game. They looked good throughout, and even when the Knights started to turn it back on, Loco were able to adapt and play just as good.
Well, coming up next, G2 find themselves
so trash at air
in the lower bracket for this regional. Can they make a run, or does the dream stop here with Exet? Find out after the break.
Oh my, question this. Can't even touch the ball.
Verizon knows how to build unlimited right. Start with America's most awarded network.
I'm on my phone 24/7.
Then, for the first time ever, give families more entertainment with Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus, now all included.
Okay, watch
We're a
this.
big soccer
Adriel
family.
win, Adriel not.
I love Frozen.
Then give families plans to mix and match, so you only pay for what you need.
You get so much more than this great network.
With plans starting at just $35. The network more people rely on gives you more. This is unlimited built right, only on Verizon.
so trash. What is it though? I'd rather air dribble on free play. Yeah, I'm better air dribbling and free play.
Next level. This phone paired with 5G ultra wideband. Wow. The new Samsung Galaxy S21 is here, and it's on Verizon 5G ultra wideband, the fastest 5G in the world. Available in parts of many cities.
It's not just a great network.
It's ridiculously fast.
Stream your favorite shows in Ultra HD.
I'm so excited about this. Streaming was crystal clear.
Select unlimited plans get the Disney bundle included and Discovery Plus on us.
Yes.
Switch and get Samsung Galaxy S21 Plus 5G on us. Only on Verizon.
Finally a decent air dribble. I didn't even freaking make it in. This is music. Oh my god.
This phone paired with 5G ultra wideband. Wow. The new Samsung Galaxy S21 is on Verizon 5G ultra wideband. Available in parts of many cities.
It's ridiculously fast.
Switch and get Samsung Galaxy S21 Plus 5G on us. Only on
I
Verizon.
cannot air dribble to save my life. Totally. I totally do. Nope. 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 That's pretty decent. I didn't even air dribble over. Good shot. Finally! Let's go!
Hello and welcome back to the RLCS X Games North American Regional. We're on day number 3 of this tournament. I'm Leaf alongside me, Gibbs, and Turtle is still putting up with us. He hasn't left us yet. Loco versus PK. Turtle, we're wrong again.
I don't want to talk about it. I don't love it. Gibbs comes back to the show and the balance is thrown off with predictions. And Knights didn't even take a game of 3-0 for our boys on Loco. At first I was thinking, okay, you know, I got this in the bag, the prediction was correct. But then with a minute and 30 seconds left, Loco managed to score 3 goals against the Knights defense. And since that first game, they just started dominating with speed in the midfield and obviously mechanics towards the end. We can see the double tap with Beastabonium. That was unreal, and I'm pretty hyped for the boys because now, Gibbs, we've got some crazy tiebreakers.
We got some tiebreakers coming up. We'll talk about that in a little bit when we look at the bracket. But also for the Pittsburgh Knights, they came out incredibly flat. They got gifted 2 or 3 goals throughout the series, and that's all they scored. So Pittsburgh Knights, they have to find that offense again. They are in the majors, so they are all set for that. But they're going to have a really good showing to keep up with teams like Rogue and G2. And to talk about that victory that went really quickly, Beastabonium is joining us on the line. Beast, welcome.
Thank you, guys.
I gotta ask you off the bat, did you have a plan coming in against the Knights? Because it looked like you guys kind of had it figured out, or was it were you just kind of winging it and it worked?
So we streamed the Knights a couple times. They're a really good team. Going
going into it, we as a team kind of struggled replicating how we play in scrims in tournaments, and we warmed up today, felt good as a team going into it, and I was like, guys, just play our game, like, we'll win this, I know we can take this team, we got it if we play our game, and that's what we went out and we did that, so it was good.
So I have to say, like on the desk and even just everywhere, no one talks about you guys at all. So is that a good thing for you guys or bad?
A little bit of both, honestly. I mean, when you're not talked about, no one really expects you to do anything. So, like, any pressure that's on us, it's pressure that we're putting on ourselves because Loco has never made top 8 or regional before. This is the first time. So, like, any pressure that anyone is putting on is just us. But then again, like, I feel like I would want to be talked about more. I feel like a lot of people are sleeping on us. So, we had a good run now, and people still talk about us now.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you guys look fantastic today. Going forward, you're going to be playing against the winner of Sonics and Jamal. Who would you prefer to play against versus who do you think is going to come out the winner?
So, Delta is Jamal's kryptonite. Delta just absolutely destroys Jamal every time we play. So, I mean, I take Jamal, but if we're going to be honest here, I think Sonics are going to win. So, either team we play, I'm down to play whoever.
And I know it's a cliche question, and maybe you've asked this a million times, but that name is in itself like Beast. I want to know where this came from instead of just Beast.
Last time I was on the interview, I got a same question too.
Oh yeah, I don't remember. So
yeah, so it's very vague. I don't really remember how I got the name, but all I know is that it's a made-up word that me and my cousin are really close. It's a made-up word, and I made it my Club Penguin username, and then it just.
Oh yes, I remember.
Penguin, Xbox, and then when I started playing Rocket on Xbox, beat my name used to Podium, switched to PC. I was like, might as well do the same thing. So, yeah.
All right, we're gonna remember now from now on. Yeah, I'm glad I asked again though because that is a great story. But Beast, congratulations on the win, and keep getting those dubs. Keep bringing it back here and asking how you got your name.
We will. Thank you guys.
All right, and there's Beast.
This is what I'm talking about. We don't even remember when we interviewed.
I know.
No one remembers this team, but they have a chance now to go to the major. They're in a tiebreaker set right now.
It was
but
okay,
they're still in this
Saga.
tournament. So if they get one more win, they're just in clean. So we'll see what happens.
Okay, then.
Yeah, no, that there's their double. Let's see where they ended up down in that lower bracket now.
Yeah.
They move on. As I mentioned, they're facing Sonics and Jamal are playing right now. They're in. I
I'm
think
so
game
bad
4.
at this.
Games have moved on the other side there too.
Yes.
I didn't end up seeing
Might
nothing.
go to 5 games, but a lot of teams had 300 points. So if you're a fan of Pioneers or Ghost, they're no longer in this tournament, but they're also now they have to play in a major tiebreaker. We'll see how many teams are actually
So
in
bad.
that
I
when
cannot air dribble this
when
thing on my
this is all over. But for right now, those two teams were kind of fighting for a world championship spot, like especially the Pioneers, and now they have to play a tiebreaker where they might be out of the major. Loco, they're still alive here, so like if they win one more, they're into the major as well, where they won't have to play in that tiebreaker. So a lot of things on the line still.
A reminder to hit that watch in squad mode if you're watching on Twitch, or just open up the other broadcast, twitch.tv/UGC to watch other matches going on. But over here, we're going to get to our next match. Another elimination. We're still down in that lower bracket, Turtle. It's G2 Esports versus XN.
I don't even know what to think about this match, okay? Listen here, we came out with the G2 Rogue. G2 looked incredible in the first 2 games. They were punishing mistakes. Rizzo was playing the way I wanted him to play. Idealistically, he was always on the other side, in the position to receive those midfield clears like I talked about. And he was getting demos when he rotated back. That's what he does best. But everything came crashing down when Rogue started speeding up. Honestly, in the final 2 minutes, they could not hold their own against them. If we see the same thing against Exit, this could be another upset. I have lost confidence in G2. I hate to say it. And Exit, Alpha Camp, with his interviews, with the way he plays on the field, I like this roster.
My problem with G2 is that we always talk about they're so good with the rotation and their mechanics, except for execution. Well, guess what? That's part of mechanics. To shoot the ball on net is part of that mechanical set. They have times where they just completely miss the ball or completely miss a shot. And the problem is, because of how they play as a team, when that happens, everything falls apart. So they have to clean it up. We know they can. They're a top 5 team in North America, like, even though they threw that last series. I still have faith in them. But XN is a hungry team. They want to make the major. They have to go incredibly far. Top 4 finish. So they need everything.
Well, it's time for the Verizon fan vote, guys. You guys need to get involved and get those votes in chat. XN or G2. I'm feeling this one's going to be a little lopsided here. XN, reminder last week, got that 3 over KCP. Is one of those teams, we expect to be in the top 2. So XN definitely can make some moves here. The question, Does he think they can make those moves over G2? I'm also going to ask you two here that same question. I'm going to start off with Turtle.
No, I wanted some time to.
Oh my god.
I'm ready.
I'm really I'm just trying to make it at this point.
After game 2 of G2 Rogue, we heard Johnny Boy say that I think G2 could actually win this whole thing. And while he's completely wrong, I still think they are a top 5 team, and I'm going to give this to G2. I think they pulled through.
That's right. Did you have enough time to think, Turtle? You know, a second here.
I wish I had like 5 minutes to go down and break, into the fundamentals, the basics. I am completely wrong on everything, so I'm just going to keep going with the crazy things. I think X said, if G2 throw in the final few minutes again, I think X said I'm taking it. We can see Alpha Kev with the pop-up, I believe.
Turtle, I'm tired of being wrong, and if I'm going to be wrong, I'm going to make sure Gibbs is wrong too. I'm going with Jet. Esports on this.
Wait, what? No. Oh my goodness.
And if you're right, you have the right to break over both of us here. But Gibbs is on a good streak right now, and I don't know.
That's why we can't trust Gibbs whenever you get momentum. It's gonna crash eventually. Just wait.
It's gonna crash. Well, I don't know. 83% right now for G2 chat. Of course, I mean, again, I think
They're always going to
we expected that, but we'll see how it actually plays out. Get on Twitter at @RLEsports, hashtag RLCS. You know what to do. Give us your thoughts on the match. Always love to hear how hype you guys are over Rocket League. Now it's time to head over to the Brazos Skybox for our next match is XN versus G2.
That was horrible.
There, I'm not muted anymore. Hello, Corelli. Hello. One thing that Turtle has going for him, regardless of how he picked Xset, is G2 and Xset haven't played each other in a regional yet. They've played twice in grid. Take that for what you will, and they split 1-1. Okay? So, what's gonna happen? Well, who knows? G2, everyone thought that, oh yeah, they'll be fine in the upper bracket. Well, now they're in the lower bracket. And now everyone goes, well, G2 will be fine in the lower bracket. Well, look. G2 are never fine, okay? Even if they're winning, they're not okay. Let's be honest.
I don't want to see your notifications on Twitter later. When you comment like
Tell
that.
me if you're okay right now. Tell me if you're not swimming against Xset, I think you should check your sweat levels, because I don't know, the beach should be falling like a waterfall in my opinion. But
it's a tough game to call, because you saw what happened to G2. Obviously, reverse sweep is painful to watch, and then on the other side of things, Xset hasn't played yet today. They played KC Pioneers last, where they absolutely crushed them. So, I think there is an argument for Xset to come out and win this match. I think a lot of it is how much does Hoxer get involved here in this game for Xset. It's something I've always said about Xset. I think that Hoxer and nobody to JNAPS there for G2's first goal.
G2 do just
back in the
blaze their
game.
way through the lower bracket. It's probably going to be behind this man, Shaynaps.
What the heck?
Executed flip reset for the first goal for G2.
That was actually a really good shot from JNAPS. Not because he scores it, but because he used all of his boost to get to that flip reset to push the ball past the defense. And that kind of throws off the defense quite a bit, which is why he was able to sneak it in. That's a great play from JNAPS to know how much boost he has and what he can do with it.
And Chicago gets another goal, and he just went across the pitch by himself here pretty much off that challenge from JNAPS.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much to say here because Chicago has free reign of the air all the way back behind the midfield line and up over the box of Xset side. So G2 welcoming Xset here into this series. So
what is my teammates doing?
Just over a minute played, rather. And Xset nowhere to be found at the moment.
You're welcome.
Indeed.
Jay Bell able to kick the ball downfield for G2. They've just gotten so much space in this first minute. Xset. It feels like they're trying to find
teammates are freaking clueless.
G2 came out so hard out the gates. Xset could get into position for those first 2 goals. The ball was always sailing over their head, and it still kind of is right now. Xset are just managing to keep G2 off of the continuous touches.
A lot of space to work with. That's like the number one thing that you could not let G2 have is space to work with. They're a very smart team that will pick the best option that will hurt you the most. And even if it is just a bunch of individual plays, if G2 deems that's necessary, then they'll do it. But Hoxer comes out here, gets one back from Xset. I asked to see him get involved, and this ball over Rizzo was the perfect time for him to strike.
Rizzo quite couldn't find 3, and Chicago had to try to come in and support, but by that time it was already too late. He had to double back
and make up for lost time, but time was out. And Hoxer is the player on Xset that I did want to talk about, because Xset have had, you say, the same amount of success that Knights or Loco have had, right? But they've got some promise behind them. But I do feel like if you're going to beat a team like G2, you need Hoxer to be performing as well as he can. J-Pow and Alpha Cap, I think they give you what you expect out of both of them 9 times out of 10 when we see them on stream. I can't say the same for Hoxer, but he has looked good enough. He's looked good enough at times, but it still comes down to him. I think if they come it's going to take a full team effort, so Hoxer definitely has to step up. Otherwise, it's just going to be a free backboard for G2, free back wall, if you will. J-Nabs gets the goal.
And it's a great play from G2 to keep the pressure on. Rizzo almost able to put away that second touch, and the shot from J-Nabs is on target. Alpha Kept was so close to getting back to that ball, just a bit too deep in net. And he would have been able to save that one. And Xset back down by 2 after getting their first goal back. And G2, 8 shots to their name, and they have been very dangerous here in this game.
Hoxer trying to get aggressive here in the corner. Xset. Well, struggling in game 1. Chicago just wraps the ball around the back wall. Alpha Kept was able to
go. Lucky double tap.
Out of the stadium for a couple seconds. And that midfield game is just lacking. This ball's just sailing past the midfield line. J-Pow picks up the save, but this is definitely troubling for Xset.
Yeah, Alpha Kept here. This is an opportunity individually. Second touch isn't there. Looking for follow-up, and nobody there from Xset to crash it. Hoxer was late. And G2, now it's just Rizzo back. J-Pow's a great pass over to Alpha Kept. That's a great play from Xset to get through the defense, isolate that last defender, and put away a shot.
And you said it, Rizzo caught on the close side of the post there and had to go backwards. J-Pow recognizing his opportunity. Just broke it back over to Alpha Kept. You said it, really. Yep, go ahead.
Well, it's just tough there because you don't know if J-Pow's going to rip a shot at you or if he's going to put the pass, and that's a great save off the bump. Opportunity was there, but here comes G2 once again.
Oh, J-Nabs!
Oh, my goodness.
Nice. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
So nice shot.
Knapsack's upset. I'd be upset, let's be honest. You get that dunk, it bounces off the post, and it only teases you that it was going to go in. That could have been big insurance.
Nice pass, my God.
They're going to need a clear here shortly.
It's just pretty cracked.
Miss from G2 will not matter.
So my team is pass.
Off the corner, Chicago, almost a perfect shot, but it was off the crossbar. Any lower, J-Pow will get right to it. Xset long holding pattern on defense, struggling to get a clear. J-Pow quite could breach it. Hoxer next up in support, and he does get 2 solid touches, but Alpha Kept left alone on the goal line. Poor touch from Rizzo. I don't know if he was going for the pass there or just completely flubbed on the power. Either way, that was a chance for G2 having Alpha Kept caught all by himself.
And Xset, they're doing a good job of getting the blocks, but they're not doing a good job of being proactive and stopping the shots from coming. G2 right now are just racking up the shots, 15 in total for them here in this game. But the good news for Xset, they got 10 seconds to make the difference here for just 1 goal.
No.
It's got to be Hoxer.
He blocked that.
He gets the first touch, but can he get the pass out to J-Pow? Now J-Nabs is all over them, and Xset, that's going to be tough to make happen. G2 pick up the first game.
How did I say that wasn't even going to go in?
G2 would have liked, honestly, looking back on this game, but you can't deny a great start from G2. They're able to have 2 individual plays go in for them, which is huge for them. And number 2, they had
30 seconds, nice shot.
Led to all the shots, led to all the extended pressure. And like I said, you have to give some credit to Xset that did a great job of making sure that G2, at least when they would strike the ball on target, Xset was there to make the save, and I guess that's the saving grace so far for Xset, but realistically, you cannot, I mean, same thing we're talking about with the Knights in the last series, Stormy, you just can't sit and play defense for most of the game, especially with an offense like G2.
Oh, so close.
Typically that kind of team, like, they don't like to sit back and do that. I think they got stunned in the first minute of that game, because G2, they win that
How would
first
have been a
kickoff,
sick
right?
double tap?
And they're so good at scoring quickly. Like, they find one gap, they exploit it, they get into position for it, and they easily capitalize. That's what makes G2's offense so threatening, is their efficiency most of the time. But it's also
the ball's like 75% in.
in tough
Clearly,
matches.
75% of it was in goal already.
They find the gap,
Easy.
but the execution, as Gibbs was talking
Oh,
about,
let's go.
yes, the final shot, the accuracy is that thing that plagues G2. It's that boogeyman that they can't really clean out of their closet.
And say what you want, that last game was still quite close. Xset had opportunities to tie up. As G2 has the first shot, Rizzo trying to keep it alive here. Now Xset has opportunity to keep possession, moving out into the midfield.
Chicago blocked off by Alpha. And that demo will give J Powell a little bit of space. He's going to utilize Hoxer on the wing. A little bit more movement on Hoxer, but got under too far on the flip reset. The shot from Alpha was almost good. He got the rebound. J Powell flips it over.
Oh my God.
J Pop. He didn't pop it, and Rizzo gets the touchdown field, but G2 got out of a squirrely one.
That was so close for Xset. They were just one bump away from putting that goal, or that shot into the back of the net. Great offense here from Xset, responding to G2's initial chance. And now J Powell off the back wall. Alpha Cap is going to get another opportunity.
No way.
To the right side, and Xset, good morning.
This was going to be a clear.
Okay,
and Alpha
that's
Cap
a
had no
goal.
boost. The only way Alpha Cap gets that ball is if J-Nap just misses. And J-Nap missed, so Alpha Cap's got the biggest brain on the field, or he's the luckiest man in Rocket League. At least in this moment, you can choose which one depending on which fan you are of which team.
And that's the solid start here for Xset. Here in the first minute, they're able to find a lot of offense on the G2 side. And that might go well for them as they move deeper into this series. I have to keep it up, though. G2, you know you're going to have to face that offense here if they come again.
J-Pow is already ready for it. G2 trying to mix it up again. J-Nap lets it drop for Chicago. That's exactly the type of mix-up they need. And the double was good from Chicago, but Alpha Cap's touch a little better. Alpha Cap gets over Chicago. Rizzo, tough spot into the corner, but neither J-Pow or Hoxer were ready.
That's a shot.
Off the corner. It bounces down the crossbar, turning into the worst enemy for G2. And it's another clear for Xset. Hoxer just tries to keep Rizzo on the ground, and G2 turn it around again. The transition from the corner, and J-Nap picks his spot.
J-Naps is out here sniping the net. That shot before this one that just went over inside the corner and out. And then this one in the midfield. J-Naps, he's got
holy cow, he almost doubled me.
when he can get behind the ball and leverage that momentum behind it. And beating the defense and putting it away like that is something scary if you're Xset. You cannot leave him in the midfield to receive those passes.
J-Naps is playing out of his mind today. Solid touches, consistently in the right spot. Good control. Gets the bump on the Hoxer, but the rest of G2 had to retreat. J-Naps, like I said at the beginning, when he scored his flip reset shot, if he is playing as he is in this match, they're going to be a tough out no matter who's trying to knock him out. And this is definitely one of those trap game scenarios for G2 that they have fallen prey to in the past. But Chicago is on a mission to take every Xset player off the field so G2 can play 3v0.
Xset's still doing a good job of breaking up that G2 passing and that G2 really confidence
we left
that they
it
have
open
when
there.
they move down the field. That's a good bump as well. But, you know, we talked about it last game where you want Xset to be a little bit more proactive in cutting up the lines for G2, those passing lanes that they're so good at finding. And they're doing that better here, keeping the ball closer to them on the Xset side and making sure that at least everything has someone behind it. Xset are always able to get a challenge to break up that G2 offense.
Well, Xset going to sit back here. It's turned into a game of who lost the ball on your half. How are you going to get by us on the challenge in midfield?
Let's go. We're hit him with the speed.
Transition game has been extremely threatening. Almost every time they move from the orange to the blue, it turns into a shot on net. Even here, there's an extended stay in the blue half. G2 aren't having a little trouble getting to the net on this push. J-Naps going to have a clean look himself from midfield on the flip reset, but Hoxer grabs it before the rebound comes.
Once again, this game staying very close. G2 putting up 3 shots to the floor of Xset. G2 now spending a bit of time on the Xset side. It's a big open clear from Hoxer. Maybe Xset can find the go-ahead goal, and Hoxer Hoxer actually hits the wrong way. Here comes JNAPS back to the XF side, and Hoxer there to break it up.
That's probably the best touch.
Now I have to score.
J-Pal sends that. You have to contend with two players who can challenge you in midfield. You don't necessarily have the best backline just yet. J-Pal's flying back across. Alpha Cap picks up that save off of Hoxer's initial touch. J-Pal next up, but he's too late. Chicago's there. J-Nap's too far back to do anything with it. And we approach the end of regulation. And here comes...
What a save!
He did it to him twice. He's got a lot of boosts to work.
Ha! But...
We talked about this
Ha!
multiple times. Look how much time
Ha!
and space he has.
What a save!
Reset brings all of the exit defenders together in the middle of the box, in the middle of the goal. And then resets past him. Great play from JNAPS. And he's carrying G2 to a win if they can hang on.
If they can with the demo, well, never mind. Chicago made up for it from the flip up and scores off the dunk, making a sure thing. G2 are taking this game.
And it's just been blown wide open for G2, and you can kind of feel the deflation from the exit side with that shot from JNAPS earlier, and with time running out, they just had to throw themselves out to save Chicago.
Oh,
For G2 coming alive here.
This guy with the bump.
A lot of help from JNAPS. You're happy to see it. They're going to go up 2-0 here in this series.
Exit left, wondering how can they crack through G2. And the answer is, well, the knapsack is very heavy, Pirelli, and unless you've been lifting for a long time, it's going to be hard to carry that weight. And JNAPS is the heaviest force on the pitch right now.
Let's go.
And you know what? That was a good game from Exit too. I thought they played G2 quite well. I don't think this was a poor game from Exit. I hope that's what the comms are here in this intermission between this game and the next, because they didn't play a poor game. I don't think G2 was out here crushing them. Did G2 play maybe?
No way, I saved that. Bro, I barely hit it with my tire. Let's go. Let's go. Push up, push up.
Again, it's another tight game, and a game that they certainly could have won. If we said that about the first game, it was definitely doable here. You were just crushed by the individual effort by JNAPS, and what can you do? He outplayed you. It happens sometimes.
It does happen. I think Exet, I don't know, really. I don't know.
Let's go.
I want to say they're playing well. Are they
What a save.
making the best of the situation that they're in
Ah, that was a close one too.
then yes, but if we're talking about the overall progression of the match, and even just a single game, I mean, how long did we see G2?
Except this is G2 again.
To do whatever they
They're still
want.
playing.
Like, I don't think JNAPS misexecuted on a single flip reset. He has so much space and time to think about it that he doesn't have to think about timing. It's like, Exet can't find a more advanced spot. Like, they're not going to be able to sit on the goal line and just defend shots from G2. They are way too fast. They're way too good at finding the top of the net. And you're just going to stretch yourself too hard. G2's transition are killing Exet in any chance they have when they're in chat.
I think if you're Exet, you're not going to beat G2 at their home game, right? You're not going to beat them in the midfield. What you are going to beat them, though, and what Exet have done, especially in that last game early on when they were a lot more threatening, was when they were able to push the ball down the field, a quick touch to find Hoxer, to transition out to ultimate thing for
He's unranked.
on Alpha Cap, but he couldn't find it. Exit need to move down the field a bit quicker and find that point man to transition quickly, and I think that's really where the offense is going to shine for Exet. We saw it a couple times finding Hoxer downfield. J-Pal also getting involved as well.
Rizzo just missing the shot off the crossbar, but he whips back around for another try. Quick catch. J-Pal gets his way to Hoxer, and Exet stop G2. They want to move quickly, but no real chance for Hoxer to look at it. But the ball comes back to J-Pal. Double taken away by Chicago. Still the push going to continue for Exet. Rizzo weaves his way around one, flips over Hoxer. J-Pal, last man for Exet.
Is this? Wait, this kid he was my old teammate, huh? The one on blue. The Elex kid. He was.
Exet's got that speed. They've got that talent.
I bet.
They just got to put it together. Keep switching that field, keep spreading out that G2 defense.
Go.
They might earn themselves a goal here.
Rizzo got the save, but you said it, midfield has become Exet's. J-Pal trying to buy a little bit of time. Alpha Cap didn't have a midfield boost to grace himself with, but he did get that touch. J-Pal lost on the backboard, and he watches the ball sail into his net.
Yeah, I'm a bit confused. I don't know what happened here for J-Pal. He's got 100 boosts to work with. That's shot was just so low from J-Nap. J-Nap couldn't actually get down to it. He would have had to angle his car upside down and use his second jump to at least have a shot at it. So I guess credit to J-Naps again, finding that finesse that is needed to beat the defense.
I don't know if I've ever seen a look where you're just caught so palpable, like the car language. Like you just tell Jay Powell as he's just kicking back and forth, accelerating and braking. He's like, I can't move, I'm stuck. The hardest definition of sticky wheels I've seen so far. Oh, is that it?
Now holding on to a 1-goal lead. And again, even after some good XN offense, G2 are able to regroup and find each other. Oh, that was almost back to J-Naps from Chicago inside of the XN box. And XN still struggling to keep possession, even breaking up the passes for G2. They can't hold on to the ball. It goes right back to G2.
Chicago, some deft moves, but eventually J-Naps had to come in to pop a save out of his net. And J-Pow is
no, that was a good save.
Can't quite handle that first touch. You're gonna allow G2 to get set here and try to crunch midfield. Alpha Cap doesn't get the best touch, and now Rizzo comes in on the G2 rotation. Speedily whips around on the right, but exit. Can they get him pushed? Can they find J-Pow? Well, J-Now's gonna be tough to contend with. Alpha Cap sends it long with Alpha Cap. Able to sneak in under Chicago for a tie game.
Chicago here picks up boost, and I think he was letting Hoxer go through on the goal so that he wouldn't get demoed. Chicago should have been in the middle of that sooner, but I think by Hoxer coming through and kind of swiping through the defense real quick, he slowed down Chicago enough to make sure he didn't get to the middle.
Nice pass.
And that's what opened up that shot for Alpha Cap. So now XF able to tie it up here with just under a minute and a half to play.
It's the little things that matter.
Yeah, it truly is. It really is. It really against any team right now because of how fast the game is, even with just that slight stop that Chicago had. Slows him down enough that he can't get to the other side of the net where the shots coming from.
And it's been telling too, because you see so many more players now. Just, if they have an opportunity for a change-up, if they can make it look like they're going to challenge down, well, they'll try to take that, especially if you haven't won a challenge down. Kind of a little slower behind the ball. If they can definitely help snowball things in your favor. Just little stutter steps, if you will.
Forgot the overload down.
That's the equivalent. J-Pow. Exeter starting to catch G2 having to stay on their back wall or receive some of these touches that Exeter are giving them, and that might bode well for Exeter because J-Pow gets another touch to Alpha Camp, but Hoxer has to stay back because J-Nap's got the clear potential, while Hoxer makes another touch happen for him. Rizzo keeps it close, and Chicago's there. Alpha Camp swipes it away. Exeter
I thought I had to double tap that.
And Alpha Camp is on the point now. Whips by one defender. Chicago makes the first touch happen, and J-Pow waits. And he gets the touch out. Yes, but Rizzo's now waiting. J-Pow forces Rizzo off the ball, but it's J-Naps. Time expires in regulation. Do Exec get a push here? Hoxer wants it. Empties the tank. Alpha Camp comes up. He looks for the touch. But no, J-Naps gets the clear. We got overtime.
Alpha Camp was zero boost, and he drove up the post by accident because he had full cam on looking at
they went to overtime.
And it kind of messed him up to not get to it. Still, XN had a good opportunity there. It's a good offense. 8 shots for the XN name. The 7th of G2.
Nice challenge from Hoxer, but a long clear from G2, and Chicago got back to his own rebound. Now J-Pow has to make up for a hard touch, and Rizzo took advantage. Now Chicago in front sends it across. Rizzo's waiting for it. Plays it high for J-Naps. J-Naps down below and taken away by Hoxer. Still, the push continues for G2. J-Pow long clear. Rizzo can't stop Hoxer. J-Naps, not the best challenge, but probably fortunate that J-Pow turned off that ball. Another hard clear. Chicago turns tail to get the save. Not the best first touch. Hoxer can force another challenge. It has looked really good at times, but they haven't been able to close. And Alpha gets a crucial touch off the double. Quick pass to Rizzo. It's popped up. J-Pow avoids a demo from Chicago and gets a quick pass out to Alpha Cap. He tried to keep it close to him on the touch. You saw that flip. It's probably upset he couldn't keep it close to him, but X said battling with G2 here in overtime.
I mean, it's just an absolute race right now. Both teams having opportunities on both sides of the field right now. J-Nap's throwing it away. He's been shooting all series long, and he ends it with
G2 scored. J-Naps with the goal.
Oh, it's massive today.
That was nasty.
739 points at the end of the game, minus whatever MVP gives him. And wow. Yeah. J-Nap's the star for G2 in this match, Corelli. They take down Exit.
I might throw in a multiple wows for that one because J-Naps in every single one of these games has looked good. I mean, G2, this was a good series, a great series to bounce back, especially after the performance against Rogue. Nobody wants to be reverse swept. And certainly, with what's on the line for G2, it's important that they don't get reverse swept. So when that happens, and you come back into this matchup,
I just realized it's title one.
There were some doubts about G2. But boy, with the shooting that J-Naps
Yeah,
had, Chicago played a great game. Rizzo really filled in the gaps and played his role to a T here for G2. This was a solid series. Even though the Exit was able to keep it close, it wasn't a blowout by any means. But G2, they look strong, and that's important as they move deeper in this regional.
No, their lower bracket journey is still going on. We'll catch them later on. But coming up next should be a fun
You're not gonna make it on me.
NRG versus Rogue.
No, I'm like practicing on goalie like 20%. When I'm not streaming, I'm practicing goalie. There we go. Championship series.
Verizon knows how to build unlimited right.
They don't.
America's most awarded
No.
network.
On my phone 24/7.
Then, first time ever, give families more entertainment with Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus, now all included.
We're a big soccer family. Handmaid's Tale. I love Frozen.
Then give families plans to mix and match, so you only pay for what you need.
It's so much more than this great network.
Plans starting at just $35. The network more people rely on gives you more. This is unlimited built right, only on Verizon.
Let's go. Space Station Gaming versus NRG. Let's see. I don't know. Let's see who wins. They're up next. What?
First, they're sour. Then, they're sweet. Sour Patch Kids. Sour, sweet, gone.
I want to see this game.
As The Office, a show about a mid-level regional paper company.
But
Also,
hopefully NRG wins them in second favorite team. Bro, it's a 2v1 on a kickoff, I still win. That's tough.
and happily ever afters.
And you just need to freaking practice kickoff all day.
That's why you can't not watch The Office. Every episode, extras and exclusives. Streaming now at peacocktv.com.
Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines.
Oh my
Refuse to let
god.
it pass us by.
Let's go, my team is actually good.
Watch us rise. Watch us change our world. We will be the next greatest generation.
I haven't got a good teammate in forever. I'm always carrying him. Oh, shoot, you're playing already?
Old Spice Dynasty helps get you off your couch. And into the driver's
Oh, wait, no, they have no.
I won't forget you guys. Time to go to work. Hey, neighbor.
Hey, Jake, sent you
Like a good neighbor, State Farm's there.
Wow. Let's break this down and take
That's
it
good
With
playmaking.
this new Toyota, you're getting the style, the performance, and this amazing deal on top of
Only
all
if I
that.
had food.
Win-win, as they say.
We make it easy. Toyota, let's go places.
Volt. There's a lot of music. That's the freaking stream I'm watching. Oh, I thought we got into a little one for a second. I was like, no way.
That pizza was so good.
What?
I'm excited.
I know, I left them, but I got full. Nice shot.
I'm not. And look how we got McDonald's.
McDonald's is cancer.
You have to make sure you get a big right games or we're kicking you out. Well, I know you're good for your word.
Let's go. Amazing. Amazing. You would be in the hospital.
You know, it was the way we.
Oh my god, no way I saved that. Let's go. I'm so good at this game. Put me in RLCS right now. I'll be their goalie. I'll be a goalie for Rogue, yeah.
I
was lucky. I got lucky. I'm actually fast.
He's one of the best shooters in Rocket League's history, and he reminded of us in this series.
Scored basically everything for him. He was just out of this world. But that is what G2 does. They know how to bounce back after a loss. Normally, we've seen it lately where they go too far in a bracket in the upper side, so that when they do face someone in the lower, it's a little bit too tough. But we know they're a top 5 team in North America. We know they can beat the likes of an XN. And now XN, they were in the running for a major spot. They are now out, which is a good sign for all those teams tied right now for those very last spots.
Well, down in lower bracket now, they ended up against the Peeps. Will be their next match, and on the other side there, Gibbs is Jamal Jabari and Loco.
That is a
let's go.
bracket. You would think G2 Gibbs wouldn't be down there, and then Loco Jamal, you'd think they would already be gone. So that is a good sign for those guys for a top 6 finish. But G2 Beeps, that one is huge because we're talking again that 4 to 6 range of points.
Is this kid have a Batmobile? He has a pink Batmobile. I just realized.
G2, but G2, they want to prove everyone wrong and regain and go back to a top 3 team.
And we look up to the upper bracket to look at our teams that still have their 2 lines. It's NV Rogue, NRG Space Station. Reminder, twitch.tv/UGC if you'd like to catch the other match. NV and Rogue
Let's go.
right now.
GG. I'm watching this stream while I play Rocket League and I still made it. I was looking at a bracket.
James, things start to
And I use his
adjust
SSD.
and figure out what they need to do.
Yeah, it's definitely more time. And
Did I just
but
do that?
however, what I've seen, Leave, even in the grid and other tournaments where you have the 7-game series, you can see big swings. So I think the only thing that you really don't count on is a reverse sweep in a 7-game series. Otherwise, it can be quite the back and forth series.
And these teams, a lot of history, a lot of grid matches, because these teams will always be in the top 4, right? So they're bound to play each other in the grid. And it goes back and forth. Space Station.
Everybody go check out they're live on Twitch, Rocket League, RLCS Championship. Let's go. SSG versus NIG.
Again, but these guys go back and forth so often. This one is really
I don't know.
And at one time,
I like both. Both of them are like one of my favorite teams.
2-game lead over Space Station, and then Space
They're
Station
some of my favorite teams.
But
one of my favorite players is Arsenal. I like Arsenal.
And when you have
really good.
Space Station going against NRG,
And one of my
fireworks almost every single time. The quality of every single one of the players out there on that field is insane. And you're
Justin, I like Justin too. He's a really good player.
For the Verizon fan vote, getting votes in chat, guys. This is a hard one. I know that I think it's going to be close to the middle here. SSG and NRG, 2 favorites in North America, about to face off and clash to go to that winners finals from the winner's side there. And another team will drop down. They'll have a second line.
I don't know. I don't know who wins, but I don't hope anybody wins.
On the
I don't know.
over under a higher lower kind of situation. We voted on these teams whether they place better than kind of empowering it.
Come on.
And Space Station might drop down. I'm wondering if your prediction is
No way.
Well, you know, I'm an NRG fanboy.
Yeah.
I don't even try to hide it.
No way.
I'm a huge fan of particularly Garrett G.
Whoa,
Ever since he was
my
competing
gosh,
back
no.
under Vex Gaming in RLCS Season 1. I've been a Garrett fan for a long time, so I'm going to always pick NRG no matter what in a situation like this, but I am worried for NRG. Space Station is a team that no matter what, they have a chance to win. You see players like Typical score almost every shot. Arsenal as well. He's so creative and so annoying to play against. So I'm worried for NRG, but I'm still picking him.
Gibbs, you got a sly smile going on.
Well, back when he was on Beck's game, and I called Garrett G's team a tier 3 team, and I'm going to continue that statement here. I think Space Station come away with the win. Energy, they're just a tier 3 team.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go up. Space Station. For this one. This Arsenal, man, Arsenal. He's just gonna keep the ball up most of the time.
I'm gonna have to stick with. I'm gonna go with James. I'm gonna stick with my heart. Energy. I agree with him. Big fan of this team as well. Space Station, a very solid team. Though I don't think there's a.
I think Space Station Gaming is gonna come out with a dub.
But Energy, I want to put it through with them, and fans are with them too. 70%. I thought it'd be a little bit closer on this one. 70%.
Let's go, teammate.
That's quite the choice there, chat. But get on Twitter and let us know why you picked those votes. RL Esports hashtag RLS. But it's now time to head over to Rise of Skybox, but not before we sit down and talk with Arsenal.
Let's go.
Playing against Indy in the grand finals.
I'm gonna change it up. I'm gonna play some twos.
Really intense, to be honest. We had to go through a little bracket and we played like 5 best of 7s or something, something crazy. And then we finally got to the finals, and then we got to like game 7. I made like a nutty save. I was like,
I didn't see it.
We win the series, and then we bracket reset. And then by that time, but me, I was drained, so I was like, I have much energy, so you know, we let him have the dub.
And Envy become back-to-back. Winner split. How about it?
I've always been like a scoring, like creating type of player. I was never like defensive minded. I was just like go on the offensive, go on the attack, you know, demo. And I get mad. So I guess that has to do with like my play style. Like when I get mad, I tend to like go and just chase people and stuff like that.
Arsenal, there you go. Finally the challenge for the win. They'll get on the board first. Where the heck does this one even come from? I mean,
I do think that we have what it takes to be on top of North America again, because we've been performing pretty well. I still say this is like a top 3 team at least. It's just that we each have to keep performing and just have to beat like one of these top teams in the grand finals.
Nice.
The backward getting bumps on the goalies, opens it up reciprocal, and it's in. 40 seconds left. Space Station gets physical and takes the lead.
I feel like
well, I'm so trash.
Take it all as long as I turn my monitor on and I have control. We're gonna win.
Arsenal isn't Rebels, and come after, he clears it. It doesn't matter. Arsenal scoring on the other side immediately. All right, we've got Space Station taking on NRG. Arsenal says he plays best when he's angry. I feel like he's gonna have to get a little bit upset for this match to go their way here, Jeeves.
Yeah, I like the idea. Sometimes I get a little bit mad. It's go. But that's when I think Reynolds is all aboard that type of mentality. Space Station is a no reverse gear team. They don't back up. They push forward. They're aggressive and they're good at it. So there's a lot of great arguments to be made on both sides of the coin for both of these teams. So I think James said it perfectly.
No way I see that one. Holy.
There's been analysis done back and forth all day long about it. So I don't have too much to say other than let's see it happen.
It's going to be a great match of Rocket League. Typical takes it to the air, and Garrett G with the response. We got Space Station in the orange, NRG in the blue here. Playing to play in the semi-finals, or to play in the winners finals, excuse me. In a best of 7 reminder here, going to play to 4 games. You want to take this one down. Arsenal now into the sky.
My teammate, you gotta get better positioning.
With Squishy now to meet him. Drops to Reynolds in the midfield, and he'll crank it to the backboard. Justin now sitting on the front. He kind of caught in a weird position in the rest of Space Station. Not in position to deal with this pass. Arsenal puts it in front of the box. Now a long clear up to Garrett G on the side. Here comes Justin on the dual threat. He puts it high. Follow from Squishy.
Let's go.
Intercepted by Space Station.
Yeah, Energy had a brief little breakout there because Space Station missed a touch, but overall, Space Station been in the driver's seat since the beginning of this game. NRG's kind of been having a fight for boost and the ball, and it's put him in some weird spots. Great save from Garrett.
To the edge. Typical now through one. Justin and Squishy gonna bump into each other. Squishy will disconnect and try to take over ball control, but Reynolds collapses on it. Touch from the defense, will send it back to midfield. Typical to miss in the midfield, leaves space for Justin to put it on the backboard. Garrett's up for it, up and against Reynolds on the ground. Reynolds nearly gets bumped by Justin, but here comes Typical. Now challenge Can't find that angle. No goals here in the first minute and a half.
That block from Squishy is definitely what gave NRG their first real opportunity to try and stay on defense. The execution just doesn't come through. That pass a little too far over Garrett's head. They had to get a little ground.
Garrett G. Long shot to the goal. Typical. We'll connect with it on the goal line. Now Arsenal. Having to use some play just to get it into his teammates' hands. Now Reynolds. Before it's typical demolish means there's not a shooter for Space Station Arsenal through the back of the line, and Justin clears it away before Reynolds can come over the top of him to put it into the goal. Typical now airborne in by himself. He's got Justin now to challenge him. Typical looks for the flip reset, doesn't find it, and Justin will neutralize it in the midfield. Switching now across to Garrett. Reynolds is there, sends it to the goal. Justin puts it high, and there's no follow-up, but demolition also opened up some space. Reynolds on the back line. Nice. Tigers switching off the post. Follow from Justin to the far side and in. Upper 90.
Let's go. Okay.
Transition from NRG here. Garrett
Justin with a goal.
Reynolds, that second of hesitation there of I can't turn in to go and get this ball or else I'll get demoed, so that allows Squishy to roll back through.
No, what are you doing?
But that's why the rotation is there. Just
no, wait.
Cycle back around.
No.
Really playing from the back foot all game.
Oh my, no way. I saved that with like 6 boosts.
Reynolds in the corner. They'll tag team this one towards the goal, and Garrett G. sends it back in the direction they were coming.
Come on, Timmy, what are you doing?
Here's Squishy and Justin. Now typical on Arsenal. The response, the clear out of their back corner.
Should have really had a price flag.
Garrett G trying to dodge the demolitions from Arsenal means he can't really gain control here, and he and Squishy tangled up in the corner. Demolition on the one. Justin dodges the demolition, finds a clear. Chases the ball himself.
Buddy.
The counter clear, now connects with Reynolds. Dangerously. Oh, that was a scary one. Typical off of Respawn. Gonna tell Squishy and wins it. Keeps the ball midfield, but Justin's there. Arsenal up. Saved.
Love that creativity from Space Station. The coordination as well. Having Arsenal drop off the back wall from NRG's half. They couldn't turn it into a goal, but they can see they're trying to come up with new ways to break down that NRG defense. Unless they get this one here, Arsenal able to jump in, get that one out to safety.
Reynolds now with Arsenal in tow.
Oh shit, my bad.
In the midfield, all 3 players of Space Station moved up and aggressive. A minute 20 left to go, down by 1.
What are you doing?
No goals can be taken for granted. Here's Justin. This guy flip reset. No.
My teammate's really just standing for you, just saying this.
Tag team Garrett and Squishy both coming on this play, but Squishy and net with half. Should be fine. Arsenal challenge it. Gets the demolition, but the shot was wide. Garrett G spawns in the near corner and can't get a wheel onto it. Justin bumps it high, but it's still dangerous. Typical looks for the pass out, and Squishy dismounts the wall in time to get it back to midfield. Into the final minute of gameplay, Justin's put it onto the Space Station backboard.
Not done yet. Space Station got a few more tricks. Typical cross and well read from Justin. Looked out over to his side to see who was over there. Was able to understand the passing lane. Cut it off early.
Here's Justin now, dumping it in front of the box. Reynolds will take this one in control. He's got Arsenal in front of him. Gets the dribble on one. Gets the fake on the other. No, Garrett turns on this one quickly. Faked out a little bit on the front, but didn't lose his positioning. And now back down the field. Here's Justin Squishy, putting it into the high in the corner. 19 seconds left. Reynolds through the air already. Garrett pops it over 1. Up against Typical and lose control. Out to Reynolds. Gain it. The pass across to Garrett. He'll quickly turn it. The half rotation from Garrett. So instrumental in the final 30 seconds. The ball back to Squishy. Pushed onto the wall. 5 seconds left. Squishy's got control. Pushes it into the box. Gets a bump on 1. Paves the way for a goal that he doesn't even need. NRG.
Wait, what?
Score it. 1 goal.
This is why my team is so good.
If you're NRG, to be honest, I really kind of thought they were going to come out here and put.
Oh wait, no, season 2 gold.
Yes, they have the shot advantage.
Damn, that was a goal. I thought.
Watching that game, the Space Station just constantly backing them up further and further, and NRG having to fight all game long for their own corner boosts. And it makes you wonder that if a couple of those demos from Space Station start getting through, that game could have been a lot different. They really had to have their head on a swivel all game long, and they put together one nice transition here to get the job done with a little shove on Reynolds to sort of stall him out, and then Justin had a lot of room to work with, so they got it done, and that was Space Station's best chance, but like you said during the cast, that shot a little wide.
Yeah, for sure, and I mean, it was the majority of the shots this game going NRG's way. The amount of pressure they were able to build there, and I did like Space Station's pressure in the moments when they had it, but there was a few moments of defensive brilliance of just staying up strong. And I'm trying to replay back the match in my head really quickly and think what really did go wrong on those drives. And there's no strong conclusion for me.
Yeah, it was just NRG played defense just well enough to keep Space Station out.
Well, we'll see if Space Station can up the ante in game number 2 and bounce back. Justin defending in his corner.
Nice.
Upfield demolition on Squishy, strengthens the back line for NRG, and now Sipical trying to get it past Justin. He reads the bounce. He's got it to the corner.
Let's go. No way, that was nutty. That was freaking nutty.
Neutral in space. Arsenal recovers and gets second touch against Squishy. NRG up. Goes for another one. On the top here, Squishy.
That was nice.
And the corner, nice touch in front of the box. Justin Bailey respects Reynolds and now closes back in. As he misses, Arsenal gets bumped in, still makes the save. I've said that twice now in this game. Here comes Space Station on the counterattack. Garrett on the goal line makes the stop. Arsenal in a position to take control. Gets it around Garrett. Now up against Squishy. Oh, loses that one. Got the bump on Justin too. Could have been an opportunity, but Squishy will take control and get it away from his goal.
And you can see Garrett G as he rotates back into his own half there, making sure he picks up his own corner boost, because they know Space Station was running that table all of game 1, and now it's starting to move back towards the midfield line a little bit more. We'll see what NRG can do with a little bit of extra room.
Which give him a lot of space. He chooses the wall play. There's not a follow-up for the rest of his team, and now where's the goal? The double down save! Look at that! Somehow it drops onto Zipical's nose. What a goal!
Man, you were thinking, Garrett G, you just handed them a freebie here, and Squishy out of nowhere got the double save. But how unlucky did you get?
My bad, but Space Station with those goals.
Yeah. That's annoying, but that would have been unfair for SSG if that didn't go in.
Squishy's in the middle of saying you owe me one to Garrett, and then wait, I guess you don't. Dang it. Okay, let's go again.
Come on, team. How do you miss that? That was a free goal.
They push the pressure, and I will say that counterattack pressure, we've seen it from them a few times in this series already. And this time it turns into a goal. They're on the board. Squishy.
Sorry. Oh, I should have hit it. Oh, that's my bad. I should have hit it.
Arsenal just playing havoc, winning so many challenges this game. Sipical up over the back.
Oh,
another great shot, just a
okay.
bit high. Gets Sipical loose in the air, and Reynolds has to take control. Chasing this down, only 24 boost, can't find a flip. We'll get the demolition onto Justin, but Squishy and Garrett when the challenge is enough to get back to midfield.
You got that?
Now Garrett.
Nice.
Squishy in tow. Onto the backboard, Sipical. Play it up from the net. Justin has to quickly flip on this one. He's lost so much momentum. He's not going to close on the ball.
Oh,
Garrett gets back in time. Nice rotation. A savior middle for Garrett at halftime. And Squishy gonna nearly get demolished, but dodges it, gets it off to the corner. He's got Garrett in front of him and loses the ball to Reynolds. Space Station winning the challenge game over and over again here as Reynolds gets another one.
Yeah, you're not wrong about the challenge game. Arsenal able to dig one out of the corner, find a dim. Space Station game, grab a boost, expecting to clear one way or the other, not in position.
It's Space Station versus NRG.
Again, able to buy themselves a little bit of extra time, but
Space Station Gaming, you know, with Arsenal. Arsenal's one of the best players in North America.
On a strange pitch, Justin now gets the boost steal.
Let's go.
Keeps it competitive. Garrett G not airborne. He respects Sipical. And now we'll take to it on the read after the first touch. Justin out. Garrett G out of boost. Glued to the ground. Just great positional pressure. Forcing Space Station to just make a clear touch, not be able to position for offense.
I'm streaming. I've been streaming before you got, way before you got here.
Yeah, Justin was
like an hour before you got here.
He thought that ball was going to get tipped in at the middle, so that's what he was waiting for, and it ended up staying fairly close to the
I want to build a ramp.
found themselves out of position.
How?
That means fighting for
How?
possession now.
Critical miss. Justin able to dodge the demolition after both Garrett and Squishy kind of awkwardly coming out of the wall. Garrett G now trying to force this one into a goal time the game.
It's easy.
Nail it to what? The floor?
He's out of boost, though, hanging in the air. Now it's Justin with lots
What?
of space. Gets
What are you
it over
saying?
Garrett. Squishy redirects it a little bit. Oh my goodness, the defense stands up just strong enough. Final minute though, one goal game. But one goal was enough to win in game one for NRG.
Oh yeah, I know. Oh yeah, those wood pieces, huh?
Barely didn't touch it.
You could do that. I mean, they could actually
Yeah,
use
you
the
do have
ramp.
to touch it so softly or else you would miss, so either way, no goal for NRG.
Yeah.
No, it breaks because the brick fell from over.
Actually, I did a kickflip earlier.
But so does Typical. Now Garrett falling behind it. Riddles off the wall, switches
What?
there.
It's even in alphabet order, and then C has like something that looks like a.
Traces it out to Garrett G.
Anthony, I did a kickflip
Bump Garrett G into the ball.
earlier. Yes, I did. No? Who was doing credit? I don't know. No, I probably got lucky. No, I did it like I saw a slow down. No. Shit.
You know how you did it in test grinder, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did it into a grinder.
No, I did it in real life.
Oh! No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
That's a lie.
No, I'm serious. I saw a slow motion version. And I was like, oh, that's how you do it. And I've been trying it, and like on my 20th attempt, I landed it, but it was like a crash landing, but I still landed on my board with 2 feet. Yes, I did.
There's no way you landed a kickflip before I did.
Yes, I did.
I know how to ollie, but I don't know how to kick.
I landed a kickflip, bro. And it says G with the win. Sheesh. Look at 3. NRG with the SSG. Oh, NRG just lost. Garrett was he was coming in with a fade.
There's a couple times the space station's just not quite hitting them. And that was the most exciting moment of the game. But it ultimately did not make a difference. A couple of great saves from NRG, but here's where they really couldn't put the offense in gear. And that's kind of the same thing that was happening in game 1.
What the hell are you doing? It was right in front of the goal.
Oh my gosh, NRG's pressuring Space Station. It's gotta just throw it at him so it happens. So Space Station able to bounce back a little bit. And this one more even.
No way!
We're still waiting. I'm still, the thing I'm watching the most here, game 3 is those 1v1 challenges that Space Station is consistently winning, not just in the midfield, but at every portion of the field. And it's something that I expect NRG to be fine with. They were alone with the ball, doing just fine. NRG going to try and get control here, but this is to Arsenal, now a touch from just towards the goal. Reynolds has the counter. Goes for the clear, switching up for this one.
Oh, good one, teammate, good one.
When it comes down to these moments here, again, Typical going to feed Justin in the corner. Justin turn around. Space. Blast to the field. Garrett G chasing it down.
My teammate is so useless sometimes, and then he's like so cracked sometimes. No, I'm always cracked. Bro, you should have saw. I saved the ball with 6 boosts. 6 boosts. No way! Top bench, dude. He got so fucking lucky. Yeah, but this time I saved it with 6. I'm buying on this channel.
NRG take a lead in game number 3.
It's on Brian Arnett channel. Yeah, his clip.
During the pre-show, but I'm not being flashy in the air. What a shot.
Alright, peace out, stream. I'll be back. I'll probably stream later tonight. Bye.